welcome to another episode of Wear Many Hats, the podcast which is totally dedicated to the FM industry. Today we've got a fantastic guest who I've actually known for a little while. It's Andrew Butler, the Commercial Director of FigFlex Offices, has come with us today. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Great to be here, Rachel.
It's great to have you here, and it's going to be really interesting because I've known you a little while in the industry, within the flex industry, and I don't really know your story apart from what's on LinkedIn, so it's going to be interesting to hear how you got to where you got to.
Absolutely. Well, I hope to A, add some value today, B, provide some inspiration, and C, I think we've known each other a lot longer than you think.
Yes, I think it is. Showing our age. Shall we? Did you come from far today? Have you?
No, situated down at 18 King William Street, so in the heart of the city.
Yeah.
So just a trip down here to High Holborn.
Yeah, you've got a fab location down there. Really central.
Yeah, things are going really well.
Lovely. We'll hear more about that. So let's rewind a bit. Where did it all start for you?
Where did it all start? Well, you could say the story of a failed journalist.
Oh.
I always wanted to be a writer or a journalist. At the age of 18, there was me with my decision of, do you go to university or do you take like an apprenticeship? And I applied to my local newspaper, and actually, good or bad, sadly, I got second place out of about 40 applicants.
Okay.
And they were only taking one.
Oh.
So my first situation of having to deal with defeat.
Yeah.
Didn't get what I wanted. So end result is I joined the government. I went to Her Majesty's Land Registry.
Okay.
Which was developing, coming out of the right to buy schemes in the UK and in Peterborough. It was a fledgling business there. Joined the Land Registry, absolutely loved it, doing conveyancing as a legal exec. That spun off to mortgages and lending, and then I joined the TSB group.
Right.
And spent my time for some time going across Lincolnshire and Cambridgeshire, advising on best mortgage rates, mortgage products for the TSB group, and got to meet a different multitude of people as trying to help them with personal mortgage lending.
So you fell into the property industry then, really, or did you?
Fell into it, but I also love the financial aspect, the fact that you obviously get the right mortgage deal. You're seeing people move up on the ladder.
Yes.
So that was quite exciting. And obviously big brand, big company. So you think you got it made.
Absolutely. So where did you go from there? From TSB, was it?
Interesting one for me. Very personal, but something I can talk about. But sadly, I was doing really well, 28 years of age. Thought I had life well mapped out in that business. And unfortunately, my brother got killed in a hit and run.
Oh, my goodness.
And passed away after 3 weeks of injury. And no sooner was I dealing with that for my parents. And then 6 months later, my father, who was my best friend, got killed at work in an industrial accident.
Goodness me.
So I faced the element of working, but also trying to make sure my mother was in good shape because sadly she was 50 years of age. Children are all over age 18 and the government do not provide any support.
No.
So we helped her, and we helped her through a claim whereby finally she was looked after. At the end of that, I was pretty battle weary.
Yeah.
And I actually spent some time joining and working with financial services across other parts of the world, which took me to different places in the world. But looking back, I think it was an escape route, a time for change. But what I did learn, again, doing mortgage lending, I then spent some time bringing expats into the UK to buy UK property.
Okay.
And also lending.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that, but it was a 100% focus for me. I think it took away some of the grief.
Yeah.
And as a result, was successful on that, returned back to the UK, and then saw an advertisement in June 97 for Regis.
I know them well. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I never knew that about you. See what I mean? Like, you come in here and I know people's faces for years and we've dealt with each other in business. I never knew that. That must have been a lot.
Big saying is, as you know, and I'm a great believer in it, don't judge a book by the cover.
Absolutely. You never know what people are going through, do you, as well?
No, and that's something I think everybody goes through it at different stages in their life, but I think
Not like that.
I think what it's taught me is to be patient, be fair, and try and get to the root of what's going on with people in life and in business.
Yeah, that must have been a really tough time for you to experience all that, and quite young too. Still,
yeah, I think the big thing for me was it made me, rightly or wrongly, it made me focused. It made me driven, and I spent that time. It's almost like a therapy, but I spent the time with my father on my shoulder as my best friend, always hoping that I'm a success and doing the right thing. But I think the marry up of learning that was I then met the ideal person to help stimulate that, because I know him personally well, and that was Mark Dixon, who was busy in Northumberland Avenue in Trafalgar Square, building a brand and building a business to a point where, you know, you're surprised you've got this entrepreneur guy who's living in the apartment up above to save on money.
That's right.
But he's driving a vision. So he empowered me to go for it.
Wow. Regis, big name. Mark Dixon, big name. Global.
Yeah, absolutely. And
still going. Still going strong.
The thing for me on this conversation is I think what I'd like to portray across is what you learn from different people in your careers.
Yeah.
Good and bad. But what I learned from Mark was you will never find another individual that knows his product inside out as well. Despite, 30, 40 years on, he knows his product, he knows his competition, he knows his market. And he stayed true to understanding that, whereas a lot of people deviate into other worlds, other ventures.
Yeah. Stick to what you know.
I haven't seen Mark for quite some time, but I'm very proud of the fact I helped with a great team build part of a business, not only in London, but other parts of the world. Yeah. But I do like, looking back, the drive and focus he had in creating something that was new to the market.
Gosh, yeah, they're just such a big brand. Literally everywhere, aren't they? Wow, that is a fantastic story and a good beginning there in your career with Regis there in terms of the flex.
Yeah, and I think the key thing is knowing that I've got, knowing that I was undertaking this chat this week, it got me thinking about your past and you look back. And the big thing for me is it's also about the people. I looked back and do you realise that the first week I was on a training course with a lady who's I think now left the industry, but was a great stalwart for training, Glenda Coken. I think she ended up at UBC.
Yes.
But Glenda was our training instructor. You had absolutely brand new recruits turning up. But on that recruiting process of 2 weeks in Birmingham, we had to not only study and learn during the day, but we had to study in the evening, and it was role plays back the next day. Now, that taught me, everybody hates me in the industry today for role plays, but the key thing is that was a great background, a great understanding. But every day, if you didn't pass your role play, you were going home. The job was over.
Vaguely remember those types of scenarios.
Right or wrongly, that motivated so many people that was with me. So you then look back at the team that I had on that course. I had Lee Casbolt, who's created a great career at Instant, at Regis, gone on to do other things. Seb Royal, who Seb went on to create his own flex business in Brighton. Jamie Vine, who's gone on and created his own brand Liberty in Australia.
Yes, I
so all those people on my course, and we're all still in this industry 27 years on.
And there's many more of you as well.
But that was the first course. And if you think about what we got from that, it's amazing. You think this industry, these people are still in the industry.
I do love that. It's you tend to stay in it, don't you?
Yeah, and I think the only way you stay in it is if you are that character, which I think was very unique at the time with Regis. They were looking for the entrepreneur. I mean, I had 5 interviews to actually get my job.
Gosh.
And that was to open Norwich. So it wasn't like, big entrepreneurial marketplace. It was very stalwart. It was the old commercial agents of CBRE, Savills, Jones Lang, Carter Jonas. But you had to be entrepreneurial. And I think what was amazing is those people are still in the industry because they were entrepreneurial.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
good careers, some good names. You've brought up some memories there.
Absolutely.
I remember Glenda. Wow. So obviously, we skipped past, but we haven't come up to where you are today. So
So today I'm very proud to say I'm commercial director for FigFlex.
Yeah.
FigFlex offices, which for those that don't know, it is an entity, a sister company of a larger group called Fee Real Estate, which is headquartered and owned by Tim Knowles in Chorley in Lancashire. And I'm very proud of it, not only because we are building a unique team spread across different parts of the UK, but it's the first time in my career, I've been in the company now just over 3 years, where I'm actually working for and with a landlord operator basis.
Yes.
So whereas I've always worked with a flex operator who leases property or delivers a product, this is one where we are the landlord.
Yeah.
We are working in unison with that portfolio across the UK. So it gives me a lot of strength behind the scenes from a sales and commercial platform.
Yeah.
That when we're talking to customers, they know we're not going anywhere. This is a family legacy Tim's building. And on the ground level, Charlie, Con and myself are looking to build a team that can deliver that product across the UK.
Yeah. I've been to your King William Street location a few times. It's good offering you've got down there.
Yeah. And again, that was... very excitingly, it was an opportunity for me to look at 18 King William Street, which Tim has owned for quite some time, rethink it because it had previously been leased out to large companies, and say to ourselves, can we deliver a flex product?
Yeah.
And that was very much about working with the Fee Real Estate team on design, on implementation and execution.
Yeah.
And then, the toughest but the most important thing is, can we actually sell it and deliver it on the ground? And not only sell it, but then deliver a first-class service.
Yeah. Well, it seems busy in there.
It's very busy. But again, one of the unique things, again, we're proud of is we listen to our clients as we moved through the sales process.
Yeah.
We found more and more of our clients were coming to us that were formerly leased clients on bigger space. So, for example, 10,000 square feet, and looking to downsize to 2.5 to 3. But they still wanted to retain that element of autonomy, but also have reception and service support services.
Yeah.
So not the case across all of our portfolio, but in London in particular, I'm proud of the fact I think we appeal to well-established SMEs.
Yeah.
That know what they're about, want better quality of space, but also the flexibility of term. But we're already finding 3 years in, clients that have been with us from day one are still there.
Yeah.
And several of them recently have signed for 3 to 5 years. So
fantastic.
We're creating something pretty unique for ourselves, and we're learning from it. And I think the key thing is if you learn as you go and listen to your customer, that can only be good.
So you've mentioned a few names there from the beginning of your career and throughout. Is there anyone that really gave you that real push in your career?
I think in terms of push, again, this is quite personal, but the sense was I was working for, and very few people know this, but I was working for Regis in Norwich, and I'd been there about a year. And those are the days of you were sitting waiting for the fax machine to come across for an inquiry because it's treated like gold dust, whereas London might get 100 leads a month. Norwich got 2 or 3. And you were doing lots of cold calling, knocking on doors. But I was very fortunate to have a gentleman, Sean Morgan, who was a UK CEO, who lived in Norwich. I didn't realise this until I met him, but he spent a lot of time around the UK and the world doing things for Mark. And he'd drop in every month and highlight he's from Regis, and I got to know him. And it was just at the point I got to know him well that I actually got headhunted by Foresight Business Centres to become their UK sales director.
I think that's where I first came in touch with you, actually.
Yeah. So I accepted, first time and only time in my career, I accepted the offer from Foresight. And no sooner did I did that than Sean Morgan, who was somewhere else around the world, called me up and said, "What's going on? I've heard you're leaving." And he said, "That's not going to happen. Leave it with me." And I then got a call from Mark Dixon's secretary. Bear in mind, at this stage, I hadn't met Mark, and said you need to head down to Chertsey and meet Mark on Monday. So this is the CEO of a company that's growing fast.
Yeah.
Didn't think he had really time for me. I was a cog in the wheel, but
Yes,
not that an important cog. But he called me up. I went down to see him, showed him the contract I had. He said, Andrew, go and have lunch, come back in an hour or so. Came back and he said, look, I've checked you out. I've looked at your credentials, what you're doing for Regis, and also understand why you might want to move, but you are an asset to the business. You probably didn't realise it. But we will match the contract and you'll stay in. With that came the caveat that I then moved to London City. So right into the Fire's Den. So I was pleased on two fronts. That one, I didn't let my ego get in the way and actually I listened to Mark. And secondly, it wasn't a company I wanted to leave, but it taught me that sometimes if you're not heard or why do people leave, can you catch them early and understand what's going on? Yes. And actually went to the city where then everybody says, who the hell's this guy? And you've got to reprove yourself.
Exactly.
But it gave me the platform to be a London City sales director, meet some great people and develop some great teams.
Yeah, you really have mixed with quite big names there, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So thanks to Mark Dixon and
so in particular, Sean. God bless him. Sean passed away several years back during COVID, but I would say it wasn't lots of chats, but I would say the fact that he was there and I listened, and I've tried to learn that from him. That again, judge a book by the cover. You may not know what's going on with someone in your team, but always take the time out. So one thing I learned with Sean was wherever you visit, take time out to not only see how they're getting on, but one thing I love to do, I haven't had the chance to do that with you today, but when I meet people and I surprise quite a few clients that have just moved in and say, so that I can remember you, I want to know something about you. Something that's not work.
Yeah, so you remember them.
So I'm going to turn it quickly on you. What can you tell me about you that very few people know?
I make candles.
You make candles. Well, guess what? In the 1980s, late 80s, I was Peterborough disco dancing champion. So there you go.
I also speak Portuguese.
There you go. And I write books.
Yes. I know about the book writing.
The thing is, those little snippets now go away. You never forget.
Absolutely, I won't, and no one will because it's recorded forever.
You make candles, and then it's taken interest in that person.
It is, yes, lovely, smelly scented.
Yeah, we have so many people cross our lives every day, and the point is, you need, particularly those you work with, you need to know them better. So true. Better. So true. And there's so much about people. And sadly, I didn't know Sean well enough to understand what he was going through near the end. Yeah. So the legacy is learn from people like Sean. He was a great mentor. And I know from others, Lottie Scooter Cook from the industry, lots of people out there that attended his service or know him, is well remembered. But you have to learn, if the legacy is there, it's about the people who you work with. Absolutely. Wow. So let's go back to what you do in a day. So what are your days looking like at the moment? What you're filling them up with? My day is actually not only fun and exciting, but to deviate from that is I've gone back to my youth. I love fishing. Okay. But with fishing, very much like sales and commerciality is about timing. And in a sense, laying the ground bait, laying the bait and understanding your marketplace, i.e. the river. So my day is very much about, from a commerciality perspective, is about quite rightly bringing new revenue to the business, whether that's in London or in other sites. So for example, in a week's time, I'm heading to Swindon to look after a prospect. So it's about driving commerciality, winning new business, obviously. Yeah. It's about walking the floors in any sites we have to understand that we're delivering optimum performance. Correct. Yeah. Again, very much about meeting the team, making sure they're on track. So commerciality to me today isn't really just about revenue and numbers. Historically, it used to be.
Yes.
But the key thing is if you're not delivering the services,
That's it.
your space, isn't absolutely pristine, smells nice, looks nice, feels nice, then why would somebody come to you?
Absolutely.
And secondly, if they're not coming to you and they're the customer who's paying the pennies or pounds, then you're suffering.
Yeah.
So it's a multitude of making sure every day. So what I like to do is walk the floors, make sure the team are in good shape, look at my prospects. I'm very much about ticking the boxes every day and moving it forward. I hate to go home with an email not answered, but I've learned from the days of doing loads is more about being today is more about being effective. And I learned a little snippet last week, which is very useful, which I think Elon Musk and everybody's talking about now, but is when you wake, take the first hour and leave the devices alone.
Yes.
So
hard, isn't it?
Yeah. So my day is full, but it's multifaceted. Like this pod, it's many hats.
I was just about to say, you took the words out of my mouth.
And that could be a coffee with a broker.
Absolutely.
That could be lunch with a client. That could be something I'm getting into at the moment, which is good, is mentoring people that I've known in the industry, or also giving advice to people who are coming into the industry.
Lovely. People are probably going to reach out to you, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they're more than welcome to. I have two landlords at the moment that call me every so often with just some advice. And the key thing is, some people say to me, well, why would you do that? Well, I take the viewpoint is, it's all it is your time, a conversation. And why wouldn't you want somebody else to do well?
That's it. This keeps coming up.
Help others be successful.
That's it. It keeps coming up in the podcast is be kind. I keep hearing that one.
Great words.
It's very simple. It's free, right?
Yeah.
We can all do it.
And I think we're in a world today where people actually almost challenge us, say, well, what's the end game?
Yeah, exactly.
Guess what? There isn't any end game other than you actually do well.
Yeah. That's it. So what's challenging you at the moment? Have you got any challenges going on? I'm sure there's probably a few. But...
I think, do you know what? I'll pause there. But the key thing is probably from my training, my career, where I've come from, I just don't see any challenges. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I was taught a challenge as an opportunity.
Love that. How you've done that.
It sounds very salesy, but that's how I was conditioned. And the reality is, it's like, if there's a challenge, there's also an opportunity. If a client, for example, has got a challenge, it's an opportunity to put it right and to keep them. If a prospect has got a challenge about how do we do this to get the right space or services for them, it's an opportunity.
That's it.
If your day's challenged by something, it's an opportunity. So I actually flip it. I'm a great believer in don't spend your life around negativity. Cut it out.
Me too.
So lots of opportunities. And today's an opportunity.
It is.
My first podcast.
Love
an
this.
Opportunity.
Everyone's going to hear this.
So it could have been a challenge, but it's fun.
It's running well so far. It's got some good topics going on in here. Something to share, most definitely. So with you guys, where do you think the industry's heading at the moment? What excites you?
I think what excites me is particularly from the focus I'm on at the moment, which is from a landlord / operator perspective. I think the future really is definitely a big opportunity for landlords to embrace flex space more and deliver not only service, but you're seeing very much that managed operation. And I think for me, in my career where I'm at, that's exciting. There's nothing more exciting than actually, even if you don't have the building, a client or a prospect coming to you direct or through a broker and saying, do you know what, I'm looking for 10,000 square feet, 2 or 3 year deal. And the big exciting thing, whether I do it, FigFlex do it, FigRem do it, or whether someone else does it as a landlord, that's got to be exciting where you're getting to the nuts and bolts of what a client needs and actually saying, let's go and get the building. Yeah. Let's go and deliver it.
Exciting.
That's exciting. So
I think so.
Not only where that's going, but I think there's a strong marketplace there, which sits between, I'd call it a hybrid. It sits between the leased and the serviced.
Yes.
And I think that market's going to grow stronger and stronger. And the one thing I also like about that, it's about time and energy. We only have so much time and energy a day. So why not focus on something that's not only big, but fun?
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant. So what about AI? Tech?
AI, actually, I'm not conversant in it well enough, but I have a wonderful marketing officer, Sophie, who embraces it fully.
Yes.
Figure. And I've learnt many things from her. And actually, with some things I'm doing, as I hinted about my book and other things, I've started looking at it. So away from ChatGPT to others. I think certainly it's here to stay, but I think the very important thing is to embrace it.
Yeah.
But I use the words embrace, not abuse.
Yeah.
I see no fun in getting AI to do things that you could have done with your creative flavour. But I do see the fun in having AI work with what you've created.
Yeah, definitely.
So whether that's design, auditory, like PR, whatever, you've got to embrace it.
Yeah.
I think if you sit back and do nothing, you're in trouble.
Yes.
So you do have to embrace it.
Absolutely.
But
Just
actually also understand it.
Yes. Even my mum, I'm getting her on the ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I don't think she quite understands what it is yet, but yeah, she'll get
so
it.
So definitely embrace it, but don't abuse it.
Exactly, yeah. And be careful what you put in, because it comes, it's the information that's coming out.
Which is why I think it's very important that you own it, the content.
That's it.
It can work with you, but you need to own it.
And definitely double check stuff, because it's not always accurate to what you're trying. If you're doing a report, you must double check. Don't think that it knows everything.
I mean, interesting enough, on a different scale, I watched the programme Educating Yorkshire, the school programme the other evening, and I was not amazed, but I guess surprised that, kids are far more ahead of us and are actually using it, and the schools have got the bigger problem in trying to determine if it's genuine work or not. Something I'm a dinosaur, but something I never would have thought of in my day.
Plagiarism
but clearly,
in our day.
Clearly it's at the forefront because it's an easy route for them. Something that would be better is if they actually used it to their advantage, but also created their own stuff, because whatever subject you're talking about or drawing on, you've got to know. If you don't know, then you're in big trouble.
Didn't even think of that. Schools and kids.
But it's huge. They're well into it already.
They are indeed. So do you feel like the industry is innovating fast enough, or do you think we're playing catch up? You've obviously mentioned about the landlords and...
Question. I would say on that it's at a steady pace. I think if I truly reflect on that, I think where it's slow is probably the recognition of not only flex service space, but also the hybrid being recognised for its value when it comes to financial institutions appraising buildings. So from our landlord perspective is, the bankers and everybody's all keen on the 10, 15, 25, 30-year lease and the revenue that gets. And I understand that. But there needs to be a greater mechanism to recognise the revenue that's achieved on serviced and is also achieved on managed. I don't think it's there yet. Something needs to change because it has a place. And I think I read somewhere recently where it's probably 3 to 5% of the market, but certainly will get bigger. Where are you at if 20, 30% of, the real estate in the UK, for example, is a flex or a managed solution? How is that appraised financially? So I think that's slow and needs to change. I think it's fast when it comes to the other end, which is serviced operators and coming into the market. But I do have an element of caution there that it feels to me a little bit of a false economy sometimes. You can open too many too soon, and then people have to learn the delivery, the economics of it. Just an element of caution in terms of what grows fast can also disappear fast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's food for thought, isn't it? So, I mean, you've had quite a few projects, I'm sure, but what moment or project are you still proud of today? You mentioned a couple earlier, but did anything else spring to mind?
This is going to be a different tack from what you probably thought, but people. When I started out my career, as I said, with my personal circumstances, I was very driven and focused. And I know Mark to this day thinks I'm probably a hard-nosed bulldozer because I was corporately writing deals, negotiating, which I absolutely loved. But then my career changed in terms of managing people, becoming a director across different places in the world. One of the greatest places I worked was country manager for the Czech Republic.
Oh, wow.
I absolutely loved the time there.
Gosh.
And then it was coming into the UK and working for different companies. But across that, as you learn, I think the best feeling for me, so that determines what's the best project, is seeing people develop. So not be all and end all, but I was definitely instrumental, for example, in the recruitment of Catherine Carr, who's now Catherine Alexander, who went on to become a fantastic director at Regis and now runs her own business bureau, doing great things. So taking Catherine through her career and being there for her. I think most recently, people like Rose Chinichi and Billy Collins, both at Prospect, who started out in a good way as centre managers and didn't have the belief in themselves to go further forward. And I was really glad that, again, this is listening, spending the time and developing them. They are fantastic individuals doing a multitude of ops sales today. And I think what I love is the fact that the world's changed from, if you talked a lot, they thought you were great in sales. Or you make a great salesperson. Today, it's not. It's about listening, empathy, but also understanding what the client wants. So some of our less vocal people are actually the best people to promote, sell and deliver a solution. So that's why the fun of seeing Rosie and Billy excel. And it's good to catch up. So whereas in the past, there's a funny story, but Catherine also says it, and I know Billy and Rose do, but I was a tough taskmaster when I was with them. They were working for me. But that's for a reason. I wanted the best from them. Of course. Whereas today, I actually enjoy them as friends. And actually, I think we surprised each other that actually rapport is great because they get it. They get what I wanted to achieve for them, and they've gone on to better things. I think that helps, doesn't it? We've got a similar vision, or they understand your vision, or, Yeah, it's important. You want people in all walks of life to do well. Working with you. Absolutely. So, it helps, right? Little things. I mean, I worked with, I haven't seen him recently, but Mark Gregson worked with me in the Thames Valley for Regis. He's going on to do great things now. And I think I read recently, opening his own serviced office business. Oh, lovely. I know, I think he did it joint in Bristol, but this one's his. Okay. Around the Holborn area. So stories like that, you think hopefully at some point you added value. Yes, they've learned from it, whether it was that tough moment of like trying to get over the hill and be successful, or whether it was a hand-holding of believing in yourself. You must forward this on to them all when we go live. Well, I need to send them a feed, don't I? It's all good. All good. So for me, the best projects are people. People make the business. So what's something you wish you knew when you were starting out? I would say don't be too tough on yourself. I think the world's changed from several things. When I worked in the city originally in the 90s, it was presenteeism. It was that old banking English Germanic flavour of you had to be in, you had to be seen. Today you don't necessarily see people with flex working, but they're doing their job. Yes. I think the second thing is, on that in terms of don't be tough on yourself, too tough on yourself. Yeah, I think we can be, can't we? Our own worst critics. Yeah, absolutely. So, it was to a reason and a purpose. It was good for me. But you look back and think, sometimes you have to pull those levers back and take it a bit easy. Yeah. And great. I had I'll put my hand up on this, not in a bad way. I had one piece of therapy once when I was going through a tough point, and they said, "What are you looking for?" And I couldn't actually answer. And they said, "So stop, just live in the present." Yes, so true. And that changed me in the sense of just enjoy today. So, what's happened in my past, my family and my work is the key thing is I truly believe if you come to work to make a difference, but to enjoy it. If you don't, don't do it.
I totally agree with that.
So I think that's why so many of us are still in the industry.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
You must love it.
It is an enjoyable industry. Yeah. Hence why there's a lot of flex guests on the show. I know quite a few of you. So if someone come to you tomorrow saying, I want to do what you do, what would you say?
I would say the key thing for me is wherever you go, if you're in this industry, make sure you understand first and foremost their values. Because over time, I've seen different owners with different values, and sometimes I haven't associated as well. Thankfully, where I work today, I truly understand Tim's vision for being a quality landlord, looking after customers, and delivering a flex brand that matches alongside leases.
Yeah, it's fair.
So understand where they come from, see if it aligns with what you are, and then you have to believe in the product. I could not sell or promote or operate or deliver a product that I don't get or don't understand.
Yes.
So you have to have that running through your veins. So for me, it's about understand who you're lying to. And I think I'm at the right place at the right time because I love seeing SMEs develop and grow.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm not at the high-end corporate anymore, but I'm also not at the very startup.
No. Right,
I actually like seeing those companies mature and have a base.
Yeah.
A lot of the companies I've dealt with in the last year or so they've doubled, trebled in size.
That's fantastic.
And it's nice to see.
It's not easy at the minute either, is it?
Absolutely, because you hear and see some companies falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
So align yourself with what you want to be proud of.
Yeah, I love that. So we're going to come away from work now. I know about your books. You can plug it, but what would you like to do when you switch off?
Well, switch off. Well, the good thing is I've learned to switch off well. I've got a great family. Both my stepson and wife are therapists.
Oh, wow.
So I don't get to spend time with them on that chat. But they've taught me several things to switch off, to be kind, to think of others. So when I'm not doing that, I'll walk in two crazy Dachshunds, which are crazy but great fun.
They're so cute.
I go back to that guy who was 16, 17 and wanted to be a journalist, and that's to write.
Yes.
So writing's my love. And if I had my way, 61 years of age, and if I spent if I get lucky, 15, 20 years writing, that'd be amazing.
This is exciting. It is. How many have you written so far? Books?
So to date, I've wrote 2 books that are published on Amazon.
Well done.
Both crime thrillers. One took 5 years to write because there's quite a bit of research on it linked to some true facts that I had to, in a sense, blend into the story. Second one was very creative. And the third one, again, write what you know. It may surprise people, but I did spend some time in the car wash industry.
Yeah.
And you do come across some very difficult scenarios. And I was trained for human trafficking.
Oh, wow.
Techniques and spots. So some of that's blended in book 3, which I hope to have out in March, April of next year.
Super.
Yeah.
Great fun. Quite relaxing, is it, writing books?
It's relaxing for me. Interesting enough, what I've learned is I'm getting to about the writing time, because I've learned that I write between October and March. And it's because it's the darker evenings and the mood's slightly darker.
Oh, I love that.
When I write, I actually shoot it like almost a visual in my head as a scene. So I can write very quickly. And then the hardest part is probably the 6 to 9 months of cut delivery, picking up the pace. But the good thing I've learned, again, embracing not necessarily AI, but tech, is now heading into the audio world.
Yes.
So we're halfway through audio production at the moment.
I need the audio version.
Yeah.
I struggle to read books. I think it's the ADD. I'm all over the shop. I have to read one page like 3 times. Good. So I will be checking those out. In fact, I had a little snippet. So
you're very fortunate to be one of 3 who got
Thank you so much.
First couple of chapters just to get a feeling, because again, you don't really know me on a writing personal level.
Definitely not. I was surprised.
Yeah.
It was, it's intense. And then somebody interrupted me in a phone call, so I had to stop it, but I'm going to go and play that again. Thank you so much for that. It's the best bit of advice you've ever been given.
Best bit of advice I've ever been given is be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on what you want to achieve in life. Mm-hmm. But always be adaptable as well. Life is like that stream from the top of the mountain meandering down. Its course, its events can consistently change. We never know what's coming.
Yeah.
And most importantly, wrap that up, is I'm a great believer in memento mori, which is live for today in a sensible way, but live it. Because you don't know, none of us, what tomorrow brings. So live it, be kind, be good to yourself, be good to the people around you, but enjoy what you do, whatever you do.
Beautiful. That was a great ending there. Thank you so much. Gosh, I never knew half of all of that you told me.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. And when this goes out, I'm sure there'll be some people wanting to find out, well, A, what your books are, but B, might be coming to you and reaching out on LinkedIn and asking you some questions. I
appreciate it. And just remember, as I've learned from you today, let's check out the candles.
Yes, let's. Thank you so much, Andrew.
No, it's great. It's been great having me.
Thank you. And that's the end of today's episode of Wear Many Hats, the podcast totally dedicated to the FM and the property world. So please forward on to your friends and family, anyone that's getting into this industry. Like, share. We are on many streams. We're on YouTube, Spotify. You can find us on LinkedIn as well, among Amazon Music. So yeah, stay in touch. Until next time.